This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is a name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. Our brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 9, is that today it's official, all right? The Open Skies Treaty between America and Russia is officially over. And that means, all right, tensions are higher now than ever before, because the Open Skies Treaty was a treaty between two nuclear superpowers and other nations, okay? The European nations, okay? The 10 horns, they gave their power on to beast, okay? Which is NATO. They're still part of this Open Skies Treaty, but America pulled out. All right? And Russia's furious, and Europe is furious. And these are the times that we're coming to, all right? Where Babylon the Great America is about to be destroyed with nuclear missiles. All right? This is the second to last treaty for nuclear weapons and between two superpowers and other nations. With this treaty specifically. And then you got the last treaty, which ends February 5th, the START Treaty. And you notice how the Lord is making major moves, okay, while everybody's distracted with the presidency, and is Joe Biden going to be the president, or is Donald Trump going to be the president still, all right? You still having prophecies popping off like popcorn, all right, that's going directly according to the Bible. So let's get into this article, all right, because the nations are furious with America, okay? Russia's mad. The European nations, right? The European Union, the 10 horns, they're angry. And that's how you know, man, America, your days are coming to an end. So let's get it in with this article. Lord one is edifying. Participation by the U.S. in the treaty on open skies officially ended on Sunday, 6 months after the administration of the U.S. President Donald Trump announced the government's intent to quit the agreement. Hey, that destroys the narrative that Trump and Putin are in some type of cahoots. Why is Donald Trump constantly getting out of these treaties with us, with a country that supposedly he's in bed with? For you fucking morons that still think that Donald Trump is working with the Russians. U.S. President Donald Trump confirmed the withdrawal of the United States from the Open Skies Treaty on 21 May, citing what he suggested were violations made by Russia and allegations of lack of compliance. Moscow has consistently denied all accusations. Many European countries have voiced regret over the Trump move and expressed hope that the White House will consider. Right, because this puts Europe in a quagmire, okay? They were all part of this Open Skies Treaty to keep the peace. But America's pulling out of these treaties, man. All right? And now these other nations are worried, and they're getting angry with America because America's the one, all right, now going backwards. Hey, the beast shall hate the horn. Let's get that scripture. You know this, because hey, Europe, which are the 10 horns that gave their power onto the beast. You know, I'll get it. Let's go. Revelation 17, I believe Start at 17. Well, it's actually 16. Okay? Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Right, the 10 horns represent the European Union. Okay? And the beast represents NATO. And the whore rides the beast, America. Okay? And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Right. Going back to Jeremiah 59, because Russia's going to spearhead the charge to go against America and Europe. Okay, the 10 horns that gave their power onto the beast. I keep saying that, so let me get it. Right here, Revelation 17 and 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. There you go. 13. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. See? Okay? And a 10 horn. You know what? Let me go get a visual aid. Let me get a visual aid here. Hold on. It's the spirit. Just going to go get a visual aid. It's always good. Let me open up this one. And I'm just going with the spirit. I ain't writing anything down. I'm just moving with the spirit. All right? Lord willing, it's edifying. And it's edifying for the elect. You 2/3. All right? Yo, just get ready for all nothing but bad times coming your way. All right? And they still pushing out the vaccine. And you notice, all right, they're pushing, Esau pushing out this vaccine hard. All right? And all this is happening simultaneously. Okay? So these are the 10 horns of Europe, the ancient Roman Empire. Okay? And which proves that America, Europe, all right, they push out the image of the beast, which is the Roman Empire. All right, but here we go. The beast with 7 heads and 10 horns is NATO. All right. If we go in here real quickly, let's look over here. The 10 horns represent the common market of the European Economic Community, EEC, established in 1958. Today, the EEC is known as the EU, the European Union. There you go. All right. NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Okay, and these are all the nations. Okay, including you have the 10 horns, which is the European Union. Then you have Canada and Turkey and America, which are not part of the European Union, but they're part of NATO. Okay, the beast, and they push out the image of the Roman Empire. Okay, the ancient Roman Empire. Okay, there you go. Just some visual aid. So let's get back to this article, and this is why, hey, the beast's gonna hate the whore, because it's time. The Lord's putting division. Okay, Satan's house is divided. It's exciting. You got to be excited when you see this stuff, because you're clearly seeing the Lord making, okay, his words come to life. All right, you got to be passionate about this. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said earlier this month that Moscow would ask its partners with the treaty to provide legal guarantees that they would not share flight data with the United States. The United Kingdom, Germany, and France have since reiterated their commitments to the treaty. Right. So there you go. All right. Hey, you're seeing your allies, America, siding with Russia. Okay. Prophecy is happening. Babylon will fall. In July, the head of the Russian National Nuclear Risk Reduction Center, Sergei Ryzhkov, said that the United States was facing a 6 to 7 year technology gap compared to Russia in the sphere of technologies related to the Treaty on Open Skies, right? And Russia always had the technology when it came to nuclear weapons, okay, when it came to military, and that's the reason why, when it came to space exploration, if you can Google this, all right, did you know that America buys Russian rockets to fly into space, because the Russian rockets the quality is much better and it's much cheaper? Yeah, that's right. That's why John McCain, all right, that demon, all right, he got put to death by the Lord. He was so angry with America because America was still buying Russian rockets. You can Google that. Do a search. All right, so yeah, Russia has the technology when it comes to nuclear weapons and their military, man. Okay, and that's the Lord putting setting up that way. All right, Ezekiel 38, and you're seeing it happening. The treaty on open skies allows participants to carry out aerial surveillance as part of a program of scheduled observation flights. Over 30 countries participate in the program, creating to boost transparency in military activities, right, to try to keep the peace. But there ain't no peace, all right? The peace is over. In fact, that's what when they shall say peace and safety, this scripture keeps coming out a lot. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. There you go. So all these peace treaties are for what, man? Okay? Really, these peace treaties were a cloak, a smokescreen to keep you docile sheep, okay, Americans asleep. Meanwhile, everybody's building nukes since the technology was put on the earth. And the Russians got the most nukes, okay? Moscow will seek firm guarantees from the states remaining in the Open Skies Treaty, will comply with their commitments, the Russian foreign minister said on 22nd November, the date when the U.S. participation agreement officially ends. And here we are, man. Today's date, November 22, all right? One of the final treaties, man. And that's it. All we got left is the START Treaty. And then boom. Hey, it's a free-for-all, which clearly shows World War III is literally knocking at the door. All we're waiting for is the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. All right? And Esau, all right? You're putting yourself in a quagmire, and this is of the Lord doing it, all right? You Edomites, you elites, you're trying to get your New World Order, but nuclear war is knocking at your door, okay? And you're going to lose it all. You're going to lose it all. And when we say nuclear war, man, all right, it's in your spirit to think you're going to get your New World Order out of it, and it's not. You know what? Let me get another scripture up. Because, hey, let the Lord speak. Job chapter 5 and, was it 20? No, that's 12, excuse me. Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right. You're going to push out the chip. All right. You have these bunkers built so that when nuclear war, when it does happen, all right, you're able to survive it and then come out of the ashes, all right, with your New World Order, right? The Phoenix rises, all that Illuminati, mystery school madness and BS, all right? But you're not going to be able to get your New World Order, all right? Once the destruction comes, that's it. You go into slavery, all right? The children of Israel, okay, starting with the elect, all right, they start calling the shots because that's the New World Order, the New World Order of Israel. And the elect will be the first fruits to receive it. And then you 2/3, you'll come through the loins of the elect, and then you'll be in your right state of mind. 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. 14, they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. Right. They're complete blindness. All right. And the Lord is moving them around. Okay. The Lord is controlling these politicians, these military generals, okay, these scientists, all right, the nuclear physicists, all that to fulfill his will. 15, but he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. Right. And the Lord is going to deliver his elect, man, because that's the poor, okay? The nation, the elect of Israel, okay? And ultimately all of Israel, okay? Because this has to happen for the nation of Israel to be on top and rule forever. So let's go back to the article. Just wanted to bring that up. Over the recent months, Washington has hypocritically said that if the Russian position changed, it could reconsider its decision. In fact, no one in the U.S. ever thought of revising anything. Right. America is a hypocritical nation, man. All right. A lying nation. And everybody sees it. All right. They talk on the side of their mouths, man. Okay. They have nothing but fraud and deceit in their mouth. It was all for show, designed to mislead the governments of European countries and the public. Right, and that's why the beast shall hate the whore, man. These European countries are getting angry and angry with America. All right, the whole world's turned against you, America, Babylon. All right, who urged Washington to change his mind. As in the case of other arms control treaties, the U.S. deliberately decided to undermine the Open Skies Treaty. We recall that U.S. participating in this agreement was a condition for its re-entry into force. According to the ministry, after leaving the agreement, the U.S. will expect its allies to prevent Russian observation flights over U.S. military facilities in Europe. And the Russians clearly said, there was another article from TASS, Russia said, no, we're still going to observe your U.S. military bases in Europe, which is going to make even the Europeans even more angry with America. All right, you're going to see, hey, the beast is going to hate the whore, man, because the beast, all right, is in an economic turmoil, all right? And they're doing more dealings economically with Russia, with China, all right? I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing more business dealings with Iran, okay? So, hey, like selling weapons to Iran. The UN arms embargo was lifted in October. According to the, I read that part. While at the same time sharing its images of the Russian territory of Washington. And I don't see that happening. All right, the prophecies are moving fast. America, you're now the rogue nation, enemy of the state. Of course, this is unacceptable for Russia. We will seek firm guarantees that the states remain in the Open Skies Treaty will fulfill their obligations. Firstly, on ensuring the possibility of observing their entire territory, and secondly, on ensuring that the materials of observation flights are not transferred to third countries that are not participants in the treaty. That's right. So America, by you pulling yourself out, hey, Russia telling these other nations, you better not show shit to America. And they're not going to, because Europe is very close to Russia. And the Russians can easily invade half of Europe, all right, in 48 hours. There was an article that said that the Russians can easily invade half of Europe within 48 hours. All right? If Washington indeed wants the treaty to remain in effect and Russia to remain a member state of the agreement, then they should, without delay, seriously think about what should be done to allay Russian concerns, the ministry said. And it's not going to happen because, hey, this is the Lord's movie. All right? The Lord said, all right, behold, the day shall come as fire. Excuse me, behold, the day shall come as an oven. Let me get that. I always jack that up. Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. And all the proud yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. Right. That's talking about that nuclear fire, World War III. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that I shall leave them neither root nor branch. Right. And that's coming, man. The destruction. World War III. Last one. Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. 14. Well, I'll start at 11. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High Power Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Right, the Israelites are awakened. All right, we're standing upon our feet. We're telling the world their judgment. We're bringing out the prophecies of the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This is causing fear to the whole world. All right, and these nations are scared. Okay, when the prophets, all right, made it on the web, on the internet, the prophecies were moving fast. Okay, YouTube's only been around since 05, 06. Think about that. All right, think about that. That's not long ago. All right, and the prophecy's been moving really fast. When the apostles came on the scene, all right, the truth went out like wildfire. All right? 12. And the truth been going out wildfire, because from the 1960s. So from the 1960s, All right. Then when the internet hit, boom, it blew up. All right. Now this is it. We're at the end. 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, and that's the elect. All right. The elect of the nation of Israel. Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, meaning a spaceship, a huge chariot. All right. You know what? Hold up. Let me show it. Visual aid, visual aid. Visual aids. All right. This spaceship. All right. This big spaceship that the elect is going to get beamed up into. All right. That's why the scripture says, all eyes shall see him. All right. He coming with clouds. All right. Let's get out of here. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. Right. Cloud, meaning that one big spaceship. And their enemies beheld them. Right. Who are the enemies? You heathens, starting with you Edomites. And then, of course, you 2/3 that didn't want to take heed to the word. 13. And the same hour, there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. That's talking about America. All you got to do is look up the FEMA camp regions. FEMA regions broke it down into 10 parts. All right. And they're each headed by a military officer. Okay. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, meaning completion, and the remnant were affrighted. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High Power of heaven. Right. The remnant of Israel. Okay. The nation of Israel. That's the remnant. And they gave praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right. And here you go. Can you get any more credible than this? So we're getting close to World War III. The treaties are leaving because it's time for judgment. All right. And these treaties were only put up there once again to keep you people docile and confused. These countries never intended to keep these treaties because they knew World War III was coming because they had their own agenda. All right. Mainly the elite. And they're fulfilling the agenda of the Lord because they don't know why they're doing it. They're just doing it to fulfill their own lust. But the Lord put in their spirit to do it so he can magnify himself. All right. And that's a true power to be feared. The God of Israel, the God of the Bible. Kal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. And with that, Shalom and Abba Shalom.